Hello everyone and welcome back to Till Death Paranormal. I'm Si.
And I'm Claire.
And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because this week we're diving into something a little bit different because it's our serial killer special.
And today we're covering someone who's been making headlines again thanks to the Netflix new monster series, Ed Gein, the Butcher of Plainfield.
Now, Ed Gein might not technically be classified as a serial killer since he only confessed to 2 murders, but trust me, what he did with those bodies...
And the bodies he dug up from the graveyards is going to haunt your nightmares.
Yeah, this is the guy who inspired Psycho, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and The Silence of the Lambs, so buckle up, because this one gets dark.
Said I do and now we're stuck, going through life without much luck. Suck yourself in and hold your breath, swear together now till death.
Yeah, so today we're doing Ed Gein. Now, at the end of every series, this will be the end of series 1. Uno. It's going to be a serial killer special, and the reason for that is because Claire,
of me. My fault.
She's
I just like learning about serial killers.
She likes learning about serial killers.
Well, let's just say if I ever kill you, I won't get caught.
Probably not, no.
Nope.
Although you are clumsy.
Yeah, but I've watched too many and I've learnt too much.
Yeah, you're the type of person that will take my arm to work by accident, though.
Yeah, I probably would, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But we were going to do someone else, weren't we?
That was the plan, yeah.
But then we watched the new Netflix series.
Monster, yeah.
Yeah.
And it is obviously about Ed Gein, so we kind of switched from who we were going to do and jump on the Ed Gein bandwagon,
We
seems
did.
it's popular.
And it's been actually really interesting.
Yeah,
because
it
I
has,
didn't, obviously I knew of Ed Gein, obviously.
Well, we called someone Ed Gein in work for a long period of time.
Yeah,
so
you did.
We knew. In fact, the code to our door was Ed Gein's birthday. That's how stupid it got.
Oh my God. The guy in work or actual Ed Gein's birthday?
Ed Gein's birthday.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
But no, we found this really interesting to find out bits and bobs because obviously you know the basics of Ed Gein.
Yeah, great guy.
Which we will go over.
Great guy, yeah.
But all the other stuff that came with it as well, which is really weird.
Yeah, there's a lot to unfold with Ed Gein.
There's many layers, like an onion.
But I suppose there's a lot to unfold with most serial killers.
Yeah.
There's clearly something fucking wrong with them.
If you actually look into it, there's always something going on with the mothers.
Parental, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's usually parental. Sometimes the fathers with the beatings and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Mostly the mothers.
it is a mother thing a lot of the time.
Weird.
But that's why every series end,
Yeah, we're doing a serial killer special.
we will be
for
doing
me.
a serial killer special.
So apologies if you don't like it, but tough shit.
Yeah, get over yourself. Who do you think you are? It's not your podcast, it's ours.
Shall we crack on then?
Yeah, we will jump into Ed Gein.
Ed Gein, here we go.
Till death.
Alright, so let's start at the beginning, shall we? Edward Theodore Gein was born on August 27th, 1906 in La Crosse in Wisconsin.
La Crosse.
La Crosse. He had an older brother named Henry and their childhood was, well, it was a nightmare.
Yeah, his father, George Gein, was a violent alcoholic who could barely hold down a job. He worked as a carpenter, a tanner, and insurance salesman at various times, but mostly he just drank and beat his kids.
So nice. And then there was his mother, Augusta. What a name.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. So Augusta Gein was a fanatical Lutheran, if I've said that right, who believed that basically everything was evil. Drinking, sex, women, and the entire outside world was basically evil.
You struggle with the word sex there.
I know, I don't know why.
Just like you struggle with sex in real life.
Oh, fuck off.
She literally thought all women except herself were prostitutes and instruments of the devil. She preached to her sons every single afternoon, reading from the Bible, to prove her twisted beliefs were in fact God's words.
In 1914, Augusta moved the family to a 195-acre isolated farm near Plainfield, Wisconsin, specifically to keep her sons away from what she called sinners. The boys were homeschooled mostly, and when they did go to school briefly, Augusta punished them if they tried to make friends.
Yeah.
Wow, what a mum.
I know. Young Ed was already struggling. He had a lazy eye, a lesion on his tongue that affected his speech, and he was painfully shy. Other kids bullied him mercilessly, and when he'd come home crying, his father would beat him for being weak.
Can you imagine that? You're bullied at school, you're beaten up at home, you're isolated in the middle of nowhere from everybody, and Augusta made it worse. She wanted a daughter, not another son.
No.
There are accounts that in her most vile moments she told Ed, "I should have castrated you at birth."
Nice. Motherly love.
Mother of the year.
So Ed coped by worshipping his mother. He idolised her. She became his entire world. His best friend, the only person he had any connection with, psychiatrist, later called this Oedipus complex, an unhealthy romantic and sexual obsession with his mother.
Now, his brother Henry, on the other hand, started questioning their mother as he got older. He'd openly criticise Augusta in front of Ed, which mortified him. How dare Henry speak against that perfect mother? How dare she?
I know, right? On May 16th, 1944, the brothers were burning marsh vegetation on the farm when a fire broke out. Henry went missing. When police arrived, Ed was able to lead them directly to his brother's body.
Yeah, which is already really suspicious. But here's the thing. Henry's official cause of death was asphyxiation. I bet you thought we were going to get that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Which is smoke inhalation. However, he had bruises on his head, clear signs he'd been hit with force.
The death was, however, ruled as an accident. No autopsy was ever performed. But many investigators believe Ed Gein's first murder was his own brother, because Henry dared to challenge their mother. Now, I think he probably did kill
Oh, yeah.
his brother.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I completely agree. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if you've got any thoughts on whether Ed Gein did kill more than two people that he claimed to, or did he definitely kill three and kill his brother? Because I think he killed his brother.
I think he killed... And I think there's more to it than that as well.
I mean, he had bruises on his head, so even if he just knocked him out and then threw him in the fire, I don't know. But
I don't know, but I know he... Like, the hatred he had for his brother because of how he spoke to his mum, because obviously to Ed, his mum's
the world.
Yeah. He disobeyed his mother and all that, like his brother did. So, like, for him to do that and then start talking saying horrible things about her, he's just gonna be pissed off, isn't he? And then lash out.
Opportunity came up, big fire,
boom, hit.
Now's the time. So, yeah, whether or not he blacked out or I don't know. It just. I mean, I don't know why there wasn't an autopsy either, because if his bruises.
Well, this is
around
what
the head,
19.
I know you could. The thing is, you usually drop down, don't you? If you start breathing in smoke, you wouldn't have bruises all over your head. Not really.
Well, this is back in 1944, so autopsies weren't really done.
They were, but
not
all the time, I suppose. No, but there we go.
But no, and the way the way the mum treats them is disgusting. Anyway, I can't. It's horrible.
Yeah, early signs of a fucked up childhood, isn't it? When your mum's preaching you about the Bible, saying you should be castrated and everyone's evil.
Yeah, and that I wanted a girl.
Oh, thoughts.
What are your thoughts, guys?
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. So after Henry died, it was just Ed and Augusta. Their bond got even more intense and unhealthy. Ed never dated, never had friends, and never went anywhere without his mother.
Then in 1945, Augusta had a stroke. The irony, she was in the middle of calling a neighbour woman a harlot when it happened, because she's such a nice person.
Yeah.
Ed nursed her, took care of her constantly, but she still verbally abused him, even from her deathbed.
Then she had a second stroke in December 1945, and this time it killed her. Ed was 39, and the only person he'd ever known, his entire world, was gone.
And this is where things get truly disturbing. Ed then boarded up all the rooms Augusta had used, her bedroom, the parlour. He sealed them off like a shrine, left them exactly as they were when she died. And these rooms stayed pristine, untouched, like a museum to his own mother.
Meanwhile, the rest of the house descended into chaos. The 3 rooms Ed lived in became filled with trash, junk, papers, cans, boxes, you name it. It was disgusting. It was an absolute disaster. But his mum's rooms, Perfect, spotless, and frozen in time.
And like our kids' rooms.
I know, right?
Ed started reading obsessively. Books about Nazi medical experiments, human anatomy, cannibalism, grave robbing, taxidermy. He consumed pornography and he started having fantasies.
He later told psychiatrists that after his mother died, a force built up in him. He said without his mother, he had no one to communicate with, so he just turned inward to his dark fantasies and twisted interests.
In 1947, just 2 years after Augusta died, Ed made his first trip to a local graveyard. And he started robbing graves, specifically targeting recently buried middle-aged women who resembled his own mother.
Yeah, that's where it gets gross now. Starts getting gross.
Oh, good times.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
So between 1947 and 1952, Ed made about 40 nighttime visits to the 3 local graveyards. He said he'd been in a daze-like state when he did this. About 30 times he claimed he'd snap out of the daze in the cemetery, put everything back in order, and go home empty-handed.
Yeah.
I put everything back in order, sorry, by the way.
Yeah. But the other times,
Yeah.
he'd dig up entire corpses,
Yeah.
take them home to his farm, and, well, we're about to get into what he did with them.
Yeah, so if you don't want to know, then you might want to skip this bit, but it gets a bit gross now, guys.
Yeah.
So authorities actually tested 3 graves that Ed had identified. They wanted to see if he was physically capable of digging up a grave in one night. One casket was completely empty, another was empty but had a few bones and Ed's crowbar inside it. The third had most of the body missing, but Ed had returned some jewellery and body parts.
Lovely. So his confession was corroborated.
Yeah.
He really was digging up his mother's contemporaries, women who looked like Augusta. And what he did with them, psychiatrists later said Ed was trying to create a woman suit.
Mm-hmm.
So he could literally crawl into his mother's skin and become her. What are your thoughts on a woman suit, Claire?
Disgusting. This is where it starts going a bit like, ugh. And
Yeah.
because if you've seen the Netflix show, they've portrayed it very well.
They've done quite
Like-
well with the documentary show thing that they've got going on.
We will bring it up more later, but just like, because you can't even picture it, but then how they've done it, it's like that's all that sticks in my head now.
Yeah.
When we were reading over it, that's all that was stuck in my
Yeah,
head.
if you can't imagine it in your brain, then the show does a good job of
The
creating
show's
that
done
for you.
really good. But how his mum's messed with his head psychologically is shocking.
Yeah.
It's like he was I didn't realise how old he was. 39.
Yeah.
39. Never been on his own. Never done it.
I'd say it's my age, but I'm 40 today.
You've just
so-
turned 40.
so
Hence why we're sat having a beer.
recording this
Recording
on my
this and having
40th
a beer.
birthday.
Yeah.
Talking about a woman's
Gein.
suit.
Ed Gein.
Very nice.
Very nice. But yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, and then because he had no friends or pretty much zero social contact,
Yeah.
then obviously he started reading, and that obviously,
When you're on your own,
well,
your mind wanders.
I know, but you could have just read the Beano. You know, Dennis
Was
the Menace.
Beano out there?
I don't know. Just
Exactly.
using it as an example.
Could have read The Hobbit.
Anything.
Could have read The
He could have
Hobbit.
fucked off down Middle Earth if he wanted to, but no. He went down the route of taxidermy and
The Nazis.
torture, the Nazis.
Nazis' medical
So
experiments.
he was clearly from the start, from his
He was a very troubled man.
very troubled
Yeah.
man. Yeah, 39. So he wasn't a kid anymore, but his
No.
whole childhood was ruined by getting beaten and.
I know, but I feel like even though he is 39, I feel like he is still acting like a child. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
some blokes still do.
very childlike. Yeah.
Looking at you.
Why are you looking at me like
Yeah, I know.
that? Okay.
But he's still very, I think his mind's very still childlike because his mother hasn't gave him that's
Freedom to learn.
Yeah, freedom to learn. That's what you do as a parent. But
Well-
she hasn't done that. She's just told him everything is sin.
Well, you learn a lot by going out in the world,
Well, yeah.
and he didn't get the chance to do that.
No, he hasn't. So he doesn't even know probably doesn't even know how to communicate with people.
No, so that's why
Yeah.
he started reading that.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts, guys?
Let us
Let us know.
know on all our social medias, because we are on every social media. We're like social media sluts. I said it. Yeah. We're not very good at it.
That is
But-
sin.
Oh, Augusta's here. But yeah, let us know on our social medias. We're on everything that you're probably got, so we'll leave it at that.
Indeed.
And,
What?
quick word. Alright, before we continue this episode, here's a quick word from our sponsor and friends over at Haunted.
This is actually really cool. So Haunted is a new map-based app for paranormal lovers. You open it up and it literally shows you haunted locations near where you're sitting right now.
Right now, yeah, it's like Google Maps but for ghosts. So you can read about each location, see other people's experiences, and even share your own encounters.
They're currently live over on Kickstarter, so if you want to help bring it all to life and maybe find out if your street's hiding something spooky, go check it out.
Just search Haunted on Kickstarter or hit the link in the show notes. Trust us, it's one of the coolest paranormal projects we've seen in ages.
Super duper cool.
I know, super duper cool.
Super
Back
duper cool.
to the episode, Claire.
Here we go.
Welcome back. And so at this point it gets worse. So if you're not happy
If you
listening to...
Yeah, if you think it can't get any worse, it does now.
It does. So content warning, it's fucking
graphic.
horrible.
And
Yeah.
it's graphic, guys.
Okay.
Just warning.
So, apparently digging up corpses wasn't enough for Ed Gein. On December the 8th, 1954, a 54-year-old tavern owner named Mary Hogan disappeared from her establishment. There was blood on the floor and a spent .32 caliber cartridge.
3 years went by, then on November 16th, 1957, 58-year-old Bernice Warden, who owned the local hardware store, went missing. Her son Frank, who was a deputy sheriff, went to check on her.
The store was locked, the cash register was gone, and there was a trail of blood leading to the back door. Frank had remembered that Ed Gein had been in the store the day before. In fact, Ed's name was the last one written on a receipt.
Now, Sheriff Art Shiley, I want to say?
Schley.
Shiley, and Deputy Frank Warden drove out to Ed's farm that evening. What they found in that shed is the stuff of absolute nightmares.
Yeah, Bernice Warden's body was hanging upside down from the rafters, suspended by her ankles with a crossbar and ropes at her wrists. She'd been decapitated and completely dressed out like a deer, eviscerated, gutted, like a hunting trophy. So dressed out like a deer means exactly as when you hunt a deer, you string it up, you slice it open, you open it up, you pull out all the internals.
The horrible. That's literally how they found her in his shed.
Yeah.
She'd been shot with a .22 caliber rifle, and all the mutilations were made after death. But that was just the beginning. When police searched the actual farmhouse,
yeah, they found human skulls that had been sawn off at the top, and he was using them as soup bowls. They had a wastebasket made entirely of human skin, lampshades made from human faces, and I mean full faces, carefully peeled from corpses.
Gives me the chills, this bit now.
Yeah.
Chair seats upholstered with human skin. If you looked underneath, you could see strips of fat still attached. Leggings made from human leg skin. A belt made out of woman's nipples.
It's just horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it does continue. A window shade drawstring made from a pair of human lips, normal. A shoebox under his bed containing 9 female vulvas. Normal.
That's all I've got to say about that.
A box with 4 human noses, some female fingernails, and preserved human organs in jars.
9. Yep, I'm saying that right. 9.
Oh, this is continuing.
Yeah. 9 face masks, full human faces that Ed had carefully removed and tanned. He'd wear these masks and dress up in his creations. On special occasions, he'd go outside and dance in the moonlight wearing a full bodysuit made of human skin. Yeah.
They found Mary Hogan's skull in a box. They found Bernice Warden's heart in a plastic bag in front of his stove. Her head was in a sack wrapped with twine and nails, and investigators think he was planning to mount it somewhere.
Yeah. So it's just horrible, isn't it?
So fucked up.
A 16-year-old kid who was friends with Ed and went to baseball games with him told police he'd seen shrunken heads in Ed's house. Ed told him they were relics from a cousin who'd served in the Philippines during World War II. These were actually human faces Ed used as masks.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
When they found Ed and questioned him, Sheriff Schley, gonna go with
You go with that one?
was so traumatised and enraged that he reportedly slammed Ed's head and face into a brick wall. But because of this, Ed's initial confession was ruled inadmissible in court.
Yeah, Ed confessed to killing both Mary Hogan and Bernice Worden. He said both women reminded him of his mother. He admitted to grave robbing and making all those horrific items. He said he wanted to create a woman's suit so he could become his mother.
The dude's fucked up.
I know.
So before we move forward, don't forget, if you are enjoying the podcast so far, then please subscribe and follow us on all our social stuff. And
Share with your friends.
Share with your friends. Sharing's caring.
Sharing is
Sharing is
caring.
caring. And why wouldn't you?
I know.
Thoughts on Ed Gein and his house?
Would you want a nipple belt?
Thought about it.
Oh.
Thought about it. Yeah.
Bit gross.
Yep.
That wasn't the reaction I was expecting.
Oh, sorry. Let's just rewind that.
Nipple belt.
Oh, disgusting.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's so fucking weird. What's with the vulvas in a box as well? I don't.
Under his bed.
Yeah. I don't want to know. But it's just gross.
I mean,
The fact he's made furniture. He's covered furniture. And like
a lampshade, a chair.
He's made a bloody
bin.
drawstring for his blind.
Made out of lips.
Made out of lips.
He doesn't want a lip puller.
It's weird.
Yeah, and
Fucked up.
As I mentioned earlier at the start, his dad couldn't hold down a job, but one of his jobs was tanner.
Yeah. So
Now, I wonder if he's learnt some stuff off him as well before,
Yeah,
watching
possibly.
him or whatever when he was a kid. And he already had a bit of knowledge behind that.
yeah.
But
me.
obviously back then, let's face it, there's no YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can't learn shit.
No. And then he's fucking made a full-on bodysuit with leggings and a torso, and then he's got the heads.
Yeah, so he made leggings out of
but people's legs, basically. The skin of people's legs.
Of people's legs, chest piece,
Yeah.
Faces, full. He had a waistcoat, didn't he?
He made a waistcoat.
Made a waistcoat, tits and all. And then he went out in the moonlight.
Yeah,
and danced and paraded around.
Now, if you haven't seen the Netflix season yet, or you can't think of that in your brain, when you watch it, again, they portray it so well.
Yeah, you don't have to imagine it.
You don't have to imagine it because it's right there on your screen.
They do a pretty good job.
They do a very good, very good job.
But then that's what wearing the face, etc., was what started. Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that inspired that film. But yeah, so he was wearing the skin.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Obviously
Imagine
weird.
walking into that. You're the copper.
Imagine being the postman early morning, come around, and then who's that dancing there? And you get close, you go, what the fuck is happening here? You'd run.
Mine is and that
You'd run, wouldn't you?
the police finding the woman in the shed. That's just I couldn't imagine. And it was his mum. It was the deputy's mum.
Oh, in the barn.
In the barn.
Yeah. So that was Bernice Worden, was it?
Yeah.
Strung up.
That's just awful. I mean,
It's-
how does your mind break that much? I mean, it's crazy to me. I know, like, obviously I've been through shit, so I know, like, your mind, it's how your mind is, but I couldn't imagine going that dark.
Well, people go different ways, don't they?
Yeah.
But we're about to find that out.
Oh, yeah.
Till death.
So after his arrest, Ed was diagnosed with schizophrenia. That's where his mind went. In January 1958, he was deemed unfit to stand trial and sent to Central State Hospital. Couldn't say that properly, could I?
No, that's all.
Central
Oh,
State,
what?
like Sean Connery styles. Central State Hospital for the criminally insane in Waupun, Wisconsin. I've probably said that wrong too.
I know, probably. It took a full decade before doctors declared him competent enough to face trial. In 1968, he finally stood trial, but only for the murder of Bernice Warden. Prosecutors chose just one murder, reportedly for financial reasons.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
He was found guilty of first-degree murder. However, in the penalty phase, he was declared not guilty by reasons of insanity. So, instead of prison or execution, he was sent back to psychiatric institutions.
He was transferred to Mendota Mental Health Institute in Madison. That took me time with that one.
There was a lot of M's, isn't there?
I know, a lot of M's. Yeah. A minimum security facility. And here's the thing. For the nearly 40 years he was institutionalised, thank you very much, Ed was reportedly never violent, never caused trouble with other patients or staff. He just existed.
Yeah.
Weird.
Apparently he was like a model patient.
He was a model patient, yeah.
Once he got some meds.
Yeah.
On July 26, 1984, Ed Gein died of respiratory failure related to lung cancer. He was 77 years old. He's buried in Plainfield Cemetery, but his grave has been vandalised so many times, and his headstone was actually stolen in the year 2000.
It was recovered back in 2001 and moved to Wisconsin Museum. If you look at photos, you can still faintly see the numbers 666 carved into it by vandals.
But Ed Gein's legacy, it's everywhere in horror culture.
It's everywhere.
Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, released in 1960, that was inspired by Ed. Norman Bates and his obsession with his mother, the Motel Murders, that's all Ed Gein.
Yeah, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. Leatherface wearing human skin masks, the house full of bones and furniture made from bodies. Ed Gein.
Ed Gein. The Silence of the Lambs in 1991. Buffalo Bill making a woman suit. It puts the lotion on the on its skin horror. Yeah, Ed Gein inspired that too.
There have been countless documentaries, books, and now the Netflix monster, The Ed Gein Story, with Charlie Hunnam just dropped in 2025, bringing his crimes to a whole new generation.
His farmhouse, by the way, burned down in March 1958, just days before it was set to go to auction. Suspected arson. All those horrific items Ed created were photographed at the State Crime Lab and then, according to official records, decently disposed of. I don't know what decently disposed of means. Does it mean put back into the graves or decently?
Probably cremated.
Yeah, but when you say decently...
Yeah, but thank God
they
have
disposed
gone.
of correctly.
Yeah, but thank God they have gone. Can you imagine if those things still
that's
existed?
What I'm saying, are they? Because if you write down something and someone says, "Have you wrote that down neatly?" Decently. It doesn't mean it's neatly,
gone.
does it?
I reckon there probably is some stuff still out there that people have kept.
100% people have kept some of that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, someone could be walking around with a nipple belt right now. Do you know what I mean?
God, I fucking hope not. But it is coming up to Halloween, so...
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
We are going to do a Halloween special as well.
Oh, yes.
So don't subscribe to us.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to hear the Halloween special, it's as simple as that.
Whoa.
You'll hear excellent excellent sound effects like that.
I do good sound effects.
What's truly chilling is that Ed Gein was this quiet, awkward, meek handyman. His neighbours thought he was harmless. Maybe a little weird, but harmless. He'd do odd jobs around the town. He went to movies with local kids. And nobody suspected a thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? He's a monster hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
This was some obviously dangerous person. This was someone's neighbour.
Mm-hmm.
It could be someone you walk past in the street.
Yep.
And he was just there.
Yeah.
Carrying
on doing his
his thing.
High-fiving folks, saying hello, doing odd jobs, babysitting.
He just seemed lonely.
Yeah.
But as soon as he lost his mum, he was on his own. So probably people felt sorry for him.
Probably. And then, it's not something
he goes and digs up your dead mum or your dead nan.
Yeah, because underneath, he was creating suits from human skin.
Yeah.
He was dancing in the moonlight, wearing corpses.
Eating his cereal from a skull head bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, skull bowls.
Yeah.
Classic. The duality of Ed Gein is what made him such an enduring figure in true crime and horror. So, Ed Gein.
Yeah.
Ed Gein. Great guy. Sorry, wrong person. Ed Gein, fucked up guy.
Fucked up.
Fucked up.
Very fucked
guy.
up. Yeah.
So, like
It's
we
one of
said,
them.
yeah, he's not technically a serial killer,
No,
although
he's only.
we believe that he killed more than two.
We
but
think he killed 3.
at least.
At least. But he's just a very, very sick individual.
Yeah. He
Very.
wasn't well.
No, that's...
That's
If not...
an understatement, but...
Because he... Like, of how good he behaved in the hospital. It's
When
like
he got medication
when he got
or
medication, he was perfectly fine.
So in the series on Netflix,
Charlie Hunnam plays him very well.
he does do very good.
There
but-
was actually a point where I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, you said you loved him the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, that was Charlie Hunnam, but I said Ed Gein by accident.
Awkward.
Yeah, it was very awkward. Very awkward, but no, Charlie Hunnam.
But he plays, he plays him well. But
Very well.
They do say that he was on meds in that,
Yeah,
and he was hearing voices and stuff, and
yeah.
he was
Having
saying,
conversations with himself. I only thought he was having conversation with other people.
Yeah, so he was nuts.
Yeah, he was.
And he did take medication, and he was on that medication then throughout his time there. And
Yeah.
like we said, he was a model sort of patient
Yeah.
there. Seemed to be a nice guy, whatever. So it is nuts.
It is crazy.
He
like
was nuts.
his basically it's his mum. His mum fucked him up, and his dad for beating
His
him.
dad beating him
and-
for saying he's weak, and his
Yeah.
mum saying everything's evil. But yeah, he's definitely mentally ill.
Yeah, and
So
it's-
where do you draw the line between mental illness and just being pure evil? Because Gein showed that if you take away that mental illness, he was a model person, technically.
He was a model. Well,
So would-
basically like a model student. He,
Would you say he was evil? Probably
to some extent,
not when he was on the meds.
not when he was on the meds, but
perhaps.
when
But that whatever else was inside him
it's just gross.
was a fucking lunatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like he made furniture out of human parts.
Yeah.
He made a bowl out of a skull,
Yeah.
and he kept vulvas, and he made a
In a
lampshade.
shoebox under his
And
bed.
yeah, he made a lampshade, and
Let's not forget the woman suit.
oh, and the woman's
The
suit,
classic
yeah.
woman suit.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, surely, if you wanted to be a woman though at the time, surely.
There were other. Well, he wore in the series. He goes round in women's underwear
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah. So, well, because his mum said she wanted a daughter and she never should have had him and stuff like that.
yeah, so you're
maybe
getting
he was
told
trying
that.
to
So maybe
be
he's trying to be the
a woman
daughter
as well, or
because that was it with the voice as well. Because there's Charlie Hunnam puts a voice on. Sorry, we're gonna ruin it if you haven't watched it. My apologies. But Charlie Hunnam puts a voice on, and for the first episode, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Why is he doing that voice?"
he sounds
'Cause-
like Derek Zoolander.
yeah,
If
he
you've
sounds
seen
like
Zoolander.
He sounds like that. So I had to Google it, and apparently, that's what Ed Gein did. He put on a sweet young voice for his mum because his mum always wanted a daughter. Ed put on a voice, so it wasn't even his own voice.
That's how fucked up it
That's
was.
how fucked up it was. He put on a voice to please his mum because he thought it might make her happy because obviously she wanted a girl, she wanted a daughter.
Oh, hey, Mum.
It was like, it was so, because I was like, what the hell? Why has he got that voice on?
I'm just going to go down to the garden now and
just
chop
gonna
some
go.
logs for the fire.
Oh, I'm just gonna go. And it is like that. It's for so delicately done. His voice, wasn't it? He was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
dead
yeah.
delicate, dead
It was
light.
Derek Zoolander, wasn't
No, it was.
I'm sorry, Maury. I'm not a gymnast.
Yeah,
That
it was,
kind of thing.
it was, and because I was just like, oh my god. But then you do get used to the voice eventually.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, I understand why he did it now.
Yeah.
But no, it's really good because they bring in like all the films as well, don't they, into the series? And
So what the series does, yeah, is obviously we've discussed how Ed Gein,
made horror basically.
well, yeah,
Well, influenced horror.
horror films,
Psycho,
Silence of the Lambs,
with-
Psycho,
yeah,
Texas
with all
Chainsaw and that.
those.
So that also gets
Brought in.
brought into the series as well. So it shows where people get their influences. It
Yeah.
was quite clever. A lot of people didn't like it. Some people did, but I think it just shows the impact that this one man,
person had.
yeah, had on society back then and now
Yeah.
still. But yeah, so I mean, this comparing Ed Gein to the serial killer we were going to do,
Yeah,
or to
it's
the
completely
future,
completely different.
it is completely different kettle of fish.
Yeah,
Hiding in
because
plain sight, though,
yeah,
that's not a different kettle of fish because
No, that
a lot of serial killers
are hiding in
are
plain
very
sight.
good are hiding in plain sight.
They are indeed, and they will be covered on our specials at the end of every series.
Yeah, so episode 8, I think it is.
Episode 8.
Of every series, that's when it ends, by the way, episode 8.
Yeah.
Will be a serial killer special.
Will be indeed.
So let me know your thoughts on all our socials. If you have anything to tell us, or if you have a paranormal story, email us at tilldeathparapod@gmail.com.
And speak to us, join our Discord community, Till Death Society, by using the links on the description box below and using all our socials.
Just remember, not
all stories have an end.
Said I do and now we're stuck, going through life without much luck. Circus up in and hold your breath, 'cause we're together now till then.